Salt production in the country has been on the decline for years due to demand and dependence on imported salt that grew to almost 93% of the nation's current supply. And the Marcos administration wants to revive the industry by launching a program that will boost production and enhance capacity building, which Clazel Pardilla elaborates in this report.
Food is bland and boring without salt. Perhaps this is why it is one of the most popular ingredients in the kitchen. But before we get to savor the salty taste, do you know how salt is made? More than 200 kilometers from Metro Manila, you will find the Sul, Pangasinan. It has a vast ocean and warm weather, perfect for making salt. They call it home of quality salt, one of the country's major producers of salt. It supplies salt in Metro Manila, Central Luzon, Ilocos, and Bicol region. In Barangay Bobonot, water from the ocean is diverted to this pipe. The tube brings salt water to this banigan, a shallow pool made of ceramic tiles. Each banigan is filled with seawater. Farmers allow the natural heat from sunlight to evaporate the seawater until it becomes crystal. It is then scraped until it turns to a rock salt. Mang Nardo has been doing this for years. He's selling a sack of rock salt at 300 pesos or 6 to 8 pesos a kilo.
Ay, mahirap din, madam. Pero sanayan lang. Magtiyaga ka sa init.
But the most difficult part is when traders or refineries buy his produce at a low price.
Hinahanap namin yung marketing ng asin. Para gumanda ang yung presyo, di makapag-aral yung anak namin. Para hindi nila maabot yung ginagawa namin na parang kahit kalabaw.
Rock salt is delivered in refineries like this. They bring it to boil and undergo iodization to turn to a table salt. But because of the ballooning number of imported salt, which is 93% of salt in the country,
bumagsak yung production namin dahil po doon sa imported po na asin. Okay. Yun po yung mas higit na tinatangkilik ng mga buyer. Gusto ko magkaroon ng direct buyer para maituloy-tuloy ko po yung production.
They said it started when Republic Act 8172 or Asin Law was passed. This directs all local salt that will be sold should be processed to iodized salt.
Napaka-unfair po. Kailangan po nating ipatong po yung mga materials, tapos hindi naman po lahat. Meron pong mga machineries para po gamitan ng iodization. Pero doon po sa mga imported na salt, hindi po sila ini-istriktuhan sa paglalagay ng iodine.
To revive the industry and make local salt competitive, the Department of Agriculture, Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources launched Oplan Asin or Development of Salt Industry Project. The government allocated 200 million pesos worth of budget for the program. This is to boost production, enhance capacity building, and provide modern techniques in salt making. Earlier, the BFAR provided post-harvest facilities like iodization machine and other salt production equipment.
In 2 years' time, makikita natin na talagang may resulta na itong mga ginagawang intervention.
BFAR will also help them in bringing salt to shore buyers like government. The agency is also pushing to use the Cocoa Levy Fund's fertilizer budget in buying local salt, perfect fertilizer. BFAR also supports amending the Asin Law to revise the mandatory iodization of local salt.
Kung ang sinasabi nila na gawin na lang optional, yun po ang ating susuporta. Dahil naiintindihan natin na ang gamit ng asin ay hindi lamang sa pagkain, ginagamit din ito sa ibang industriya katulad ng pataba, fertilizer, ginagamit din ito sa paggawa ng feed.
BFAR will also provide fiberglass boats to salt farmers so they can have alternative livelihoods during lean months. This is the first national program that was provided to salt farmers after years of neglect of the industry. Clazel Pardilla for The Nation.